start with this one. It's like a little story song I wrote with my friend Scrappy Jud. Man, all I ever wanted was some honest work, a little bit of dignity, a boss who ain't a jerk, someone to come home to, someone to take out, simple kind of pleasures, that's what I'm all about. Yeah, independent contractor, 18 wheels, got a little taste of how freedom feels. They grow everything that's green in California, yeah. Sometimes you gotta hustle to earn your pay, and I got a flat tire and a heavy load, supposed to haul it in 3 hours ago. Won't someone help the poor boy on the side of the road? I got a flat tire, a little further to go. Yeah. Man, I'm leaving Santa Rosa with a truck full of plums and some mystery boxes. I don't know where they come from, I don't ask questions, so I cannot lie about the drop-off, the payload, the reasons why. I figure everybody needs a little relaxation if it comes from the ground. Who am I to say so? Driving to drive, making good time. I see 50 pounds of rubber banging off of my side, and I got a flat tire and a heavy load, supposed to haul it in 5 hours ago. Won't someone help the poor boy on the side of the road? I got a flat tire, a little further to go. So I threw on the jet, 30 miles south of Old Salt Lake. I was sweating my cargo, I was plotting my escape, when the trooper pulled up with a smile on his face. Where you from, son? What's in the trailer? Agriculture, sir, from a Golden State wholesaler. Open up the back while waiting on the tow. I get a little bit hungry driving up and down this road. 20 minutes later, he throws me back my keys and he says, I hope you don't mind. I grabbed a handful of these, and then he tips his hat and says, have a nice day. Just another afternoon in the USA. Flat tire and a heavy load, supposed to haul it in several hours ago. The trooper helped a poor boy on the side of the road. He got a flat tire, a little further to go. Thanks, that's a nice start. So I was talking to Scrappy about, like, you know, man, I love all those old Chuck Berry songs where, like, you know, there's a story, you know, and there's a beginning and there's a middle and an end, and then I also kind of like those Quentin Tarantino movies where where he rewrites history kind of the way things should have been. And so we had a story there that ended up the way it should end up. Sometimes, but most of the time, not so much. Everything sound okay out there? All right, all right. I'm not gonna overthink it. It's trouble for everyone. I'm gonna do a song from my, I got a couple EPs and a couple CDs over there. I'm gonna do this one, let's see. Just another homesick child, tired of running wild, ready to stand trial and move on. Though I'm guilty in your sight, show some mercy tonight. I can't make it through the fight alone. Oh, but oh no now, Lord, don't make it easy. Keep me working till I work it all out. But please, please, shine enough light on me that I'm free from this shadow of doubt. Keep me out of the shadow of doubt. As I'm trying to make some sense of this world I'm up against, Lord, I know my best defense is your love. When the struggle gets insane, oh, when the lesson is full of pain, keep me calling out your name with love. Oh, but oh no now, Lord, don't make it easy. Keep me working till I work it all out. But please, please, just shine enough light on me that I'm free from this shadow of doubt. Keep me out of the shadow of doubt. From the bottom of my heart, till I see one little star start to shine. I will climb the mountain high, reach into the sky, till you open up my eyes so blind. Oh, but oh no now, Lord, don't make it easy. Keep me working till I work it all out. But please, please, just shine enough light on me that I'm free from this shadow of doubt. Keep me out of the shadow of doubt. Keep me out of the shadow of doubt. Thanks. All right. Well, I would like to thank Dan for doing the sound tonight and providing the back there. And I just, of course, give him a round of applause, please. And know that I just hit your fancy mic. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I said it before, and I'll say it again. You see, the sound person is your unsung hero of every show, and not enough people mention it, because what happens is a sound person will be at a club or be doing a festival or something, and they'll be like, the first band will be like 2 ukuleles and a bass, right? And then the next band will be like a Grateful Dead cover band with 2 drummers, and then they'll be like, no matter what, there's always like some guitar player like me who walks up and goes, I don't know, man, it worked last night. You know what I'm talking about, right? But they handle it with grace, and they always make us sound good, and I don't know why they don't get... I tell you, you may not know this, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities, if you really love the way the sound is someplace, to tip a sound person. You can actually do that. It's a cool thing to do. You can go up to them and be like, hey, man, it sounded great tonight. You give them a little something. It'll make their night. It will totally make their night. So thank you. I'll try not to hit it again. It's that touch of unprofessionalism that I'm told makes me so lovable. So I have a new record, and it's not going to be out, unfortunately, until September, and I just finished it. So I got to go through that painful period of, not selling any records, because people have already got most of them and stuff like that. No, but really the painful period's about like, man, I want to play all these songs. I'm like itching. And a lot of people in said organization will be like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't play songs they can't buy. And I'm like, people don't buy music anymore. They do in here, don't they? Yes, they do. And I wasn't trying to kiss the royal heinies or anything, but you guys know how much I love this place, and how usually, there's a really, really good chance that half of what I make is going to go to records, that I'd get taken home with me already. I already have a few picked out and a few gifts. But it is important to me. Okay, so I got some new songs. Don't have any good stories for them that much yet, but there's stuff I do want to play, regardless of what management says. I'm going to play some new songs, and you got to see what people dig and stuff. So I've been landlocked my whole life. I lived in Ohio first, and then I lived in Michigan for a bit, but not on the water or anything, and then I lived in Texas for 20 years. 16 years of it, I was a side person, and then like the last 4 before we moved up to Vancouver Island, I started off on my brilliant solo career at the ripe age of 43. I'm 50 now, and it's kind of kicking butt, so I'm good, I'll take it. But so now I live up on Vancouver Island, where my wife was born and raised, and it's pretty nice, and it's really beautiful, and it's a sleepy little town. It's an industrial town. There used to be a paper mill there. Now it's pretty much tourism because it's beautiful and global warming. So, climate change, excuse me. Yeah, it's much warmer than it used to be. But it's a great place to be. And all of that beauty is kind of sneaking into my writing. Like where I have my little home studio, which is affectionately known as the Plank Tank. They say you should never call your office an office, and so one time I put out, hey, what should I call my studio? And one of my wife's friends said Plank Tank, and I was like, yeah, that's going to stick whether I like it or not. But I look out our window, and we're kind of on the top of a hill, and we overlook the town, and then from there you can see like the ferry going back and forth between Big Vancouver Island and Little Quadra Island, and then behind Quadra Island you can see the mainland, and then behind that, you can see the Rockies. And it's just kind of crazy to just think that she grew up there and it was no big deal. And for me, it's just an adventure every day. Like, I never get tired of being there, at least in the 15 years I've been going. But here's one of the songs that kind of crept in that way. And yeah, I'm liking this one. This will be the title track to the new album, so... Tugboat fisher boat, sailboat, yacht, freighter dory, skiff or barge, where are you going? Where have you been? Can I hitch a ride, see my story begin? I really wanna go out on the ocean. I really wanna find a little island. I really wanna fill my days alone, 'cause I'm oh so tired. Sunlight shine on snow white sail, cool breeze, warm winds never fail. When all is said and done, I still should have a little fun. But who will you leave behind you when you run? I really wanna go out on the ocean. I really wanna find a little island. I really wanna fill my days alone, 'cause I've grown so tired. I really wanna dream the dreams of angels, find something better in the in-between. I really wanna be okay, being alone at sea. Tack so hard, there's no time to play. Then we drift so hard, I don't make time to say I love you, at least not the way I should. And when will we find out all is already good? I really wanna go out on the ocean. I really wanna find a little island. I really wanna fill my days alone, 'cause I'm oh so tired. I really wanna dream the dreams of angels, find something better in the in-between. I really wanna be okay, being alone at sea. Tugboat, fisher boat, sailboat, yacht. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Water. Yeah, I like it up there. The town that my wife's poem is affectionately, the town motto is the salmon capital of the world. And I mean, that is some, those are big words, you know. But every type of salmon comes through. All 7 species of salmon come through every single year. So I've become a salmon snob. I never thought I would be a salmon snob, but I'm kind of a snob now. We used to make tuna fish sandwiches when we were growing up. They make salmon fish sandwiches. Doesn't that sound good, right? Salmon and blackberries, that's the other thing. We had a patch of blackberries. There's so many blackberries on the island that, just people just kind of walk around and pick them all the time. And, somebody was walking past our front door. I said, honey, somebody's picking our blackberries. And she goes, those aren't ours. And I was like, what do you mean? They're in our yard. And she's like, oh, baby, there's enough. And I was like, oh, man, that's really cool. It's kind of neighborly. I like it. But I love that about Texas, too. When they came down, my outlaws, they don't like to be called my in-laws. They like to be called my outlaws. That's pretty adorable, right? They came down to visit in Texas, and they're like, everyone's so polite. And I'm like, coming from you, the Canadians, that means a lot, And it did. I told people. So a few years back, when I started that solo career I've been talking about, I played this, I got this song on like a few Americana stations around the country, like little college stations, K-Pig out in California and a few others. And then I started playing this song everybody seemed to like, and you never know what people are going to get into. We're very bad. I'm also in the stage right now, I'm supposed to be picking the singles for my new album. And I'm like, don't ask me. I don't know what people are going to dig. I'm just happy when they do like something. But the song that I never thought, and almost didn't end up on the record, it's 5 minutes and 40 seconds long. It's a little on the dark side, But who knows? And I'm just, like I said, I'm just glad when people dig it. I had it's called Trouble Find Me. Like I don't look for trouble, but it finds me. And there's hundreds of songs about trouble, but it's character, the person in the song. And when I first started the solo career and things started to happen, I got this gig at this thing called the Armadillo Christmas Bazaar. By your reaction, you're understanding that if you don't come from Texas, you probably would go, why would you want to play an Armadillo Christmas Bazaar? It's a very sought-after gig, and it's really, really great, and people go to it, and it's kind of artsy-crassy. So when I got the gig, I was like, yes! And I brought my band all together, and we did the gig, and they said, before the gig, they said, you need merch, and I was like, I got T-shirts. I have the softest T-shirts you'll ever touch, by the way. If you're uninitiated, please just go touch them. Just give them a little feel. I was like, man, I got stickers, I got posters, I got these things called CDs. And he said, no, you need something crafty. So as a joke, my manager and I, this is about 3 managers ago, but it was a really good idea. We made up these coffee mugs, and we actually used the same picture that's in the poster that you guys used for this, the kind of Mexican bingo card with me playing guitar. And loteria, I guess they call it. And we put a little comic book bubble up above my face. And since everybody knew the song Trouble Find Me, we just, in the comic book bubble above, they put Coffee Find Me. And it's a bad joke, but like we sold out before the show, and then we sold out at the show, and then for like 2 years I'm stuck driving around with coffee mugs, and it's not easy to travel with coffee mugs on the road because they break. And I always just thought it was weird. I was like, man, if you want to wake up and think about a song that's about addiction and redemption, then I've got the coffee mug for you. But like I said, strange what people get into, I'm glad they dig it. is my home. I drink my whiskey all alone. Temptation got me on the run, but but mama's son don't hurt no one. Don't want no trouble. Don't want no trouble. But trouble find me. Trouble find me with nothing going right. Yeah, no hope is left inside. I should be praying to the Lord. I don't want to bother him tonight. And I don't want no trouble, no. Don't want no trouble. Yeah, but trouble find me. Trouble find me. Well, I wish too far gone. Now I'm left, oh, I'm left with an empty bottle and an aching head. You don't ever wanna be where I've been or will be. When I'm down, and I'm always down, trouble find me. I can't take it no more. All this knocking on my door when nothing's on the other side. But still I'm always open wide. Oh, and I don't want no trouble. But trouble find me. Trouble find me. Come on, trouble find me. Trouble find me. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. Nope, did it again. I did it again. I knocked the little microphone thing. What you gonna do? All right, so believe it or not, I have a few requests from the audience. People are starting to get to know me a little bit more around here, so that's pretty cool. And that makes me happy. What's that old joke? We had a request, but we're going to keep playing anyway. It's not that. Oh, I'd also like to mention, I don't know how far most of you came, but I want to say I played in Perth Amboy earlier in the week, and I want to say Jim and Brenda, thanks a bunch for coming, you guys, for being coming. They've never heard me before, and they came on the... and if you've never been to, like, you know, a house show or a show where it's like a listening room like this, you know, and you get the idea, it's pretty fun. You get on the mailing list for Bob's Shop, and you find out you got a good place to come here in Rochester. And then a friend of mine, his name is Kate, who's going to be really embarrassed that I said this. She drove from Pittsburgh. I do not, obviously, I don't get in the area enough. No, it wasn't your fault. How can it be your fault? You know, I did do a gig in Pittsburgh, but the first one was private, and then the second one that I was supposed to do that you were going to come to was rained out because it was an outdoor afternoon thing, and they didn't really have a plan B. And then Kate said she was coming up here, and I'm like, wow. But I mean, I've done that. I just wouldn't do it for me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so the requests. Let's see. Let's do that before I forget, because there's a song. My wife and I are kind of dog people, you know. Like, we've always had rescues and stuff, and I have a song called "Sleeping Dogs." It was my 2018 album, and I mean, truth be told, I just wanted to have an album cover that you looked at and you wanted to pet it, you know. And so there's this big close-up of my dog's fur, and then his eyeball, and then deep in the picture you see me playing slide guitar, and then you turn around and you see his butt. I knew that would sell. But I wrote this song, "Sleeping Dogs," and it got played so much in Austin. Austin's been very good to me as a place to like start a career. It got played so much on the radio there that a manager, not my manager, but another manager I knew, he came up to me and he's like, "Man, I am sick of hearing that song on the radio." And I looked at him, I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "That's pretty cool, man." And yeah, you know, I just wanted to write, like, you know, all these verses about all these things that, you know, I mean, I wear my heart on my sleeve and I take things personal a little too much. I know it's surprising that an artist would be sensitive, but it's true. So I thought, if I write this song, you know, then I can just go beat the pavement, and while I'm out there rocking and I'm on tour, I can play this song and I'll get better at all these things. Well, nah, that didn't happen. But the coolest thing is, people came up to me and they're always like, "Man, I love singing along with that song. It makes me feel great when I sing along." And that's better than anything I could have asked for. So thanks for requesting it. I love playing it. Let's see. Used to worry about everything, what you thought, what you think. Now I know I do what's right. I let the sleeping dogs lie. Every time I fall down, I once again feel the cold ground. Get up, believe it, and I go on trying, and let the sleeping dogs lie. So I let the sleeping dogs lie. Once you had me in your claws, never knew what was the cause. When I let go, I ceased to fight, and let the sleeping dogs lie. You say something's behind my back, well, I'm not so concerned with that. Your problem has never been mine. I let the sleeping dogs lie. So I let the sleeping dogs lie. So I let the sleeping dogs lie. blame. That's exactly when I lost my game. No more tears come from my eyes. I let the sleeping dogs lie. I see it clearly coming through the mist, the way to finally be done with this. The illusion of power, it fades with time if you let the sleeping dogs lie. So I let the sleeping dogs lie. So I let the sleeping dogs lie. So I let the sleeping dogs lie. So I, you get the idea by now, right? She has a heart so true and kind. What I love is a beautiful mind. All them troubles we can leave behind and let the sleeping dogs lie. Yeah! Yeah, thanks for requesting that. I do. I miss Oscar. We lost Oscar about, it's a year and a half now. He was kind of a corgi terrier mix, so he's like a little loaf of bread with legs. His middle would go like this when he walked. He was completely aware that he was the queen's dog. He knew completely. I got a lot of this. And he chose me. Actually, that's a really good segue into another song. During the lockdowns, some of you know I kind of, I played a little piano when I was a kid, but I wasn't really any good at it. And my teachers, I got thrown out because I was kind of a jerk. Like I told my teacher that I didn't need to learn how to read music, and I just wanted to learn everything by ear. And she came in one day and she says, "Oh, that sounds good." And she walked around the piano and I had the music turned around, and she threw me out. And I never went back to piano lessons, but I took a little bit in college and stuff. And so I got a couple of songs on the new album that are on piano. Again, keep your expectations low, and we'll have somewhere to go. I'm kind of a beat it with your fists kind of piano player, but I have been enjoying it, so we'll see what happens. They have a really nice spin-it piano here, and this is the kind of piano that I played when I was a little kid. This is what we had in our family, these little pianos. I've built it up too much. I can tell. But the reason that this is a segue, well, is that I want to play a song, well, about a very special lady in my life. So, let's see. Alice is my starlight beauty queen. She lounges in the sun all day and dreams. No, I've never felt a love quite like Alice's love. Oh no, Alice comes from empty city streets. She don't like fireworks like you and me. The reminder of a harder time when survival was the one thing on her mind. Sometimes she kisses way too much, but she decides when she's had enough. Alice has some grand plans of her own. She tough as nails with little chicken owls at every siren going by. And she sings along to songs that make her my starlight beauty queen. She lounges in the sun all day and dreams. No, I've never felt a love quite like Alice's love. You'll hear more about Alice later. Yeah, I remember when we went to go get her, like at the shelter thing. My wife had called me and she says, "Oh, I've got the perfect playmate for Oscar." And I said, "Oh, that's great, that's great." And she's like, "Okay, we're gonna go over." So we drive over to this no-kill place, and she points down at these little cages and she goes, "Right there." And I go, "That one?" Which is kind of awful, right? It's a horrible thing. And she goes, yeah. And like, man, when I was picturing, Oscar's playmate, I didn't picture this sort of miniature schnauzer, with little tiny chicken bones and wiry hair and big eyebrows. But then, dogs give you a lot of unconditional love, but Alice is, she takes the cake for me. Let's play another one that I play piano on the album, though. That one's just available on my Patreon page. Got a couple in here follow my Patreon. We got a couple. Oh yeah, nice. Patreon's basically this thing where I don't have to wait until I have $30,000 to make another record. I can put out music every single month, and I do. And 1 month I'll put out like a solo acoustic song. 1 month I'll put out a piano song. 1 month I'll send some stuff to some friends, and we'll do like a New Orleans thing. It's great. So for my friends and my fans and my family, they get a chance to hear stuff before anybody else does and comment on it, and I get a vibe on what people are into. It's really helped me make this new record. I think maybe at least five of the songs on the new record were on Patreon first at one time or another. And it's $3 to join, and that means you get a song a month. You pay $3 every month, you get a song from me, a new song, something that's not necessarily on any of the records. And then it goes to like $5, and you get to go to the live streams, and $10, and you get lessons if you want them, and $25. And by the time you get to like $100 a month, I'm coming to your house and I'm making you dinner. And Thanks. Can you cook? No, nobody wants that. No, that was a joke. But it's a cool thing, In fact, this one was on Patreon first. It was a little different, but this is one of the ones. I really had a good time in the studio. I'm going to do my very first name drop of the evening, but it's okay because he's kind of like a person you might not know. The drummer for this session is a guy named George Rosselli, and George grew up in New Orleans, so there's a lot of funk and soul and stuff, especially like Lee Dorsey and Professor Longhair and Zigaboo and the Meters and all these things that really he locked into really fast. And he's known for playing for 20 years with Mr. Bob Dylan. And so a lot of those records that you hear, he's playing drums on. And I'm always like, whoa, that was cool. And I got to hang out with that dude and spend a bunch of time with him in the studio. But let's see if we can do it solo without the band for me to fall back on, huh? Now let's see. Sometimes you fly like a bird out of hell. Sometimes you fight, but don't ever dwell. 'cause every single moment you know could be your second chance. Yeah. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, there ain't no telling what I might do, yeah. Right it off, mama, you can always find a new romance. Trying is so trying, darling, can't you understand, yeah. Holding on, might as well be juggling sand. All night flying, playing in a dime house band, yeah. Holding on, you might as well be juggling. The world is cold, and it's only getting colder. We may be wiser, oh, but we ain't getting any older. Maybe we'll give you some hope, maybe we're bound to always play the game. So trying, darling, can't you understand, yeah. Holding on, you might as well be juggling sand. All night flying, playing in a dime house band, yeah. Holding on, you might as well be juggling. Ain't got to point the finger, but don't ever blame yourself. Sometimes you gotta go all in and lay the cards you've been dealt. Hanging from the ceiling, oh, down on the floor, fighting these feelings, oh, begging for more, to stand accused of all those bells you've rung, and it'll be alright. Trying is so trying, darling, can't you understand, yeah. Holding on, you might as well be juggling sand. All night flying, playing in a dime house band. Holding on, might as well be juggling sand. Juggling sand. All right. I got through it all right. Maybe one more on this. When I was trying to find stuff to play on piano, like I played so many, stringed instruments my whole life. I just kind of wanted to approach it like a little kid and have the fun of not taking it too seriously. And that's a double-edged sword, It ain't perfect, but neither am I. And nobody's being fooled by that. And so I would try like a song that was a guitar song or something that I heard. And there's a writer who we lost a few years back named Justin Townes Earl. And he had a great song, and I really loved this song. It was a guitar song. I'm just going to do that one right now because I feel like doing it. I should learn better. I'm old enough to know slipping and sliding, feeling low. Yeah, it's a setback at best, a shame for sure, baby. I'm slipping and sliding, feeling low. Now I'm waking up, feeling bad again. I'm losing patience with my only friend now. Why do I try my luck? I should never touch the stuff, but it shouldn't make any difference, no. As long as I keep up appearance, and now I've been working too hard, and I need some time at home, baby. Slipping and sliding, feeling low. Darling, I need just a little comfort here, 'cause I ain't seen the sunrise since I don't know when. Now my days are getting longer, my nights are getting cold, baby. I'm slipping and sliding, feeling low. Slipping and sliding, peeking and hiding. I'm slipping and sliding, feeling low. Oh, thank you. Get that thing away from me. You know, you got to start somewhere. A friend of mine who's in a big rock band, he said, I think it's really cool you're starting to bring out the piano. And I said, thanks. He goes, it's really brave. Right? He's a cantankerous fella. I was on my newsletter. I blog a little bit about being on the road and stuff, and I mentioned this guy because he was like, asking me about what I do, and he's been in a rock band, his whole life. That had a few hits in the '90s, but they've continued to keep their fan base, and they keep making records, and they're really great records, like really great records. And he was like, so you grab a couple guitars and some clothes and some merch, and you get on a plane. And then you fly somewhere, and then you rent a car. He's like, and then you just drive around by yourself and play gigs. And I said, well, yeah, that's pretty much sums it up. He goes, God, I would hate that. And I was like, what? He's like, I don't know. I've just been in the band, and like people picking my stuff up in the bus. And I was like, it must be nice. But, the few times that I've been on buses and stuff, I was like, I just happened to be with people that, after I got on the bus with them, I realized I did not want to be around them anymore. And so I quickly got out of those bands. But it was fun for a time. And, this is what I do. I like being a troubadour. I like having band gigs, too, but I pretty much do them at festivals, because right now I can only, go out solo when I do this. And it's been, this has been a really, really, really good tour these last couple of weeks. I started in Columbus, and I saw some family there. And then I did Chicago and this little town called Effingham, which was really great, and outside Cincinnati and Pittsburgh and Jersey and New Haven, and I don't know. I think it's a charmed life. I feel pretty lucky to be able to do it. So thanks for being here. I wasn't trying to elicit applause there, but it's nice to see what kind of power I have. You know what? I just feel like playing some new stuff. I mean, this is going by way too fast for me. I've already played like an hour, and I was only gonna play like maybe an hour and 15 and stuff. But I'm gonna play a couple more, and then we'll hang out, and maybe you guys will pick up a record, or you'll grab a T-shirt or a plank hat or something. I meant what I said about the T-shirts too. Like this guy came up to me at the Saxon Pub in Austin, and it was like, I sold out the place, and I was like, oh man, I was on cloud nine. I was like, my band had just really torn it up. And this guy comes up to me, goes, hey man, he sounded a little bit King of the Hill. Hey man, which is cool by me. And he was like, hey man, man, you weren't kidding about those T-shirts. And I said, well, yeah, man, I'd pay a little extra for the fancy T-shirts. It kind of works for me. He goes, my wife loves hers. She sleeps in it every night. I said, oh, okay. He's like, best sleep she's ever had. And I said, okay, all right, and he goes, you're in bed with us every night. And I said, man, why did you have to do, everything was cool. Up until then, I felt really good about everything you were saying. True story. Well, let's do something fun then. Right now I've been having conversations with publicists and radio people and all that kind of stuff, and they're trying to develop some narrative. You think to yourself, all you got to do is make music, and then people like it, and then you put it out there, and then that's it, but it's not. They're always looking for some kind of story and stuff, and I've kind of used up my stories. It's like, well, used to be a side guy, that was that record, and, turned his life around, that was that record. That's an old story that everybody hears. So now it's just like, what's the story? And I don't want to be a singer-songwriter anymore. I don't. I really, people pay $20, $30 to come see you, and then you just get up on stage and whine about your problems. And I'm not that guy anymore. I'm kind of a contented cat, like I dig what I do. And so I started writing some fun stuff, and first I tried co-writing, but then I was just whining about somebody else's problems. That didn't work at all. But now I got some stuff, and I like to have a little fun with it, and I think maybe that's my story. Ooh, Michael sounds funny tonight. What did I do? If you don't know, my little looper box down here is kids get these things called the loopers, and they create these vast soundscapes. I don't do that. Basically, I'll just hit it and be able to take a solo or something. But the reason I played this gig in Denver, and my guitar player friend Michael got food poisoning, and so he couldn't play the gig. So I went to a Guitar Center, which is the Home Depot for musicians, and I grabbed a looper and I brought it, and then I played it at the show, and I just would hit the thing, and when I took a verse, and then I'd be able to take a solo. And I named it Michael, after Michael, because he couldn't make it. And then during the show, if it was going good, I'd be like, take it, Michael! And then if it wasn't going good, I'd be like, I'm going to have to dock your pay $50 tonight, Michael. And he loves that he spent, half of his life, perfecting his guitar mastery, only to be taken off the gig by a $300 piece of equipment made in China. But when you mess up on the thing, it sounds like an analog tape machine falling off a truck, at full volume. Anyway, I also forgot to mention this may or may not have an audience participation part in it. Well, judging by that response, probably not. When it happens, yeah, I will.
Michael.
Well, if you've been feeding your bad habits and you never can let them go, and you're stuck out chasing little pink rabbits down their little rabbit holes, and you hear them wolves huffing and a-puffing, sniffing out their prey, and you're sure enough tired of all this running and you really gotta get away. Oh my, my, do a little dancing. That's all anybody wants to sing right there. Like, oh my, my, do a little dancing. All right, we'll try it again later. Well, now if you're searching for the man with the tattooed hand to get your head on right, don't burn the top down on the cellophane, hoping you get real tight, and then say, don't be looking down your nose. I'm doing what I gotta do. I tell you to leave your worries with coat check Jenny. It's surely time to bust your move. Try again. Oh my, my, do a little dancing. Yeah, we got some singers. Oh my, my, do a little dancing. Lee Dorsey, eat your heart out. Bumping, the joint is jumping, you know we're letting go and feeling free. That was okay, Michael. Don't be one of them wallflowers, Jenny, just come on in and dance with me. Cause there ain't no problem that we ever seen. It can't be fixed by a slide with Jolene. 2 a.m. done come too soon. We don't ever wanna leave. Oh my, my, do a little dancing, that's nice. Oh my, my, do a little dancing. All you gotta do is just, oh my, my, do a little dancing, yeah. Oh my, my, do a little dancing. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Thank you. You know, I'll tell you what, you guys did pretty good. There's other nights where I'm kind of like, you know, instead of buying a t-shirt, I want you to go home and buy a metronome and a pitch pipe. Well, you know, what's what? It would be good merch, wouldn't it? But it'd be a bit of a hint. It'd be like handing someone a breath mint, you know. You need this. Oh, I forgot to do the other request. Okay, so many years ago, I wrote a song for my niece. She was playing in the sandbox with the boy from across the street, and I look out my sister's window, and I look at these two little kids, and I'm like, man, they got it all figured out. And I was so happy, and I was so happy for my sister, and I was happy for her husband, and you see these little kids playing, you know. And the kid moved away, and they tried to be pen pals for a little bit, you know, once they got a little older, and it didn't really happen. But I just, when it happened, I wanted to, like, take a picture of it in my mind and write a song about it so I'd have it forever, and I can still see it, you know. And you know, you write songs sometimes about you grow older and you forget about the things that you wanted when you were a kid, and what a shame that is, and hopefully you can get some of that back. So a lot of people, you know, when they hear this song, you know, they think about when they were kids, and I love it, and I love playing this with kids, you know, around too. Well, sometimes. And I was at Green Hall, which is like a Texas dance hall, and I'm not a country artist. I'm not against. Yeah, Green Hall's a brilliant place, right? Like it's like when I first moved to Texas, I didn't really know exactly what it was going to be all about, but I go to Green Hall and I'm like, they're listening to Los Lobos, and they're listening to Dolly Parton, and they're listening to my friend Malford Milligan, and they're listening, and like everybody, you know, the hippies and the rednecks and the cholos, and everybody's hanging out. And I was like, and as long as it's music, they didn't care, you know. And I was like, this is my kind of place, you know. And I love that about Green. But I was playing, somebody came up to me and they said, hey, I want you to, would you play that song, Teresa? And I said, oh, man, I forgot about that song. I haven't played that song in forever. So I did Austin rehearsal, and I looked at the band, and I showed them the chords real quick, and we played the song, and everybody was two-stepping around. And if you've never seen two-stepping, it's kind of weird. Like, because, you know, two-stepping is like, you know, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. That's about the as much of it as I can do. But the thing that's crazy about two-stepping is that people have amazing rhythm with themselves, but they don't care about the band at all. I mean, they just sit there and they spin around like crazy, man, and they'll flip each other and this and this and that, but they're all in their own little rhythm. You know what I mean? And they're listening to the music and they're having a great time. I mean, I don't know. And at first I was like, it's like watching a lava lamp. You know what I mean? It's like you just see all these things moving. You're like, whoa, they're having the best time I've ever seen. You know, but I played this song and I got done, and I realized that my niece had now graduated with her master's in, you know, some kind of sports medicine, and don't really know how we're related considering that. But I'm still playing this song in bars, and I don't mind. It's still pretty cool. So see if you can picture those kids or relive your wasted youth. Just kidding. Thanks for requesting this. Love playing this. Well, Teresa, will you come out and play? I've been waiting in this sandbox all day, and I need a friend who'll hear just what I say. So, Teresa, come out and play. Well, Teresa, will you sit and swing with me? We can sway away our troubles with the breeze. When the swing slows, I give the push you need. So, Teresa, will you sit and swing with me? I know it's getting late and playtime is over, but I wish I could stay. Teresa, can we tumble on the grass? Oh, I hope to make our playtime last and last. 'Cause your cartwheels and your somersaults, they all get a pass. Teresa, Teresa, can we tumble on the grass? Will you dance in the moonlight with me? Yeah, will you circle around my soul and set me free? Your beauty, sweet friend, I've never seen. No, except when you dance in the moonlight with me. Once again, it's getting late. Yeah, and playtime is over, but I wish I could stay. Teresa, will you come out and play? I've been waiting in this sandbox all day, and I need a friend who'll hear just what I say. So Teresa, will you come out and play? And I need a friend who'll listen to what I say. So Teresa, will you come out and play? Thanks for requesting that. Thank you so much. Funny thing is, my niece's name is Natalie, but it didn't fit the meter, so. Now, the young man who used to work at Guitar Center, did he come back? Did Greg make it back? Okay, well, I'm going to tell a story. I held off on telling this story. It'll be the last story of the evening, I promise. And because this is what happened. I wanted him to know, because I know that they're happy to have him working here, you know, and he's like doing a really, really good job and stuff. And but he used to work at Guitar Center, and I told you before, Guitar Center is a Home Depot for musicians. And I had this in my blog, and my manager made me take it down. And I was like, why? He's like, oh man, that's gonna bite you in the end, you know. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. And I took it down, and I was like, it only went out to 1,100 people already. Or 1,100 had opened it. It had gone out to 1,800. And so it's not really any big surprise to anybody anyway. But here's what happened. So last time I did a tour of this area, long and the short is, I found out it was, I like to travel with 2 guitars because I like playing slide, but I don't want to play slide the whole night. That would get a little boring. You know, I think, if it was just slide. So I bring another guitar. So I found out it was going to be $250 to bring 1 extra guitar. And I was like, come on, man. Like, seriously? Because I have 2 flights, a little hopper to Vancouver Island, another one. I was like, that's ridiculous. So in Canada, you can rent guitars at this place called Long and McQuaid, and it's really cool because you can rent one in Montreal, and then you can go play a festival in Calgary and just take it back at the Long and McQuaid in Calgary, and everybody's cool, and they don't cost a lot of money, and they insure them, and everybody's happy, and they make a lot of money. So I called Guitar Center. I said, hey, man, I'm a professional musician. I got about 20 dates in the Midwest, and I was wondering if I could rent an acoustic guitar because it's getting so expensive to fly with them. And he's like, huh? And I said, I would really like to rent a guitar. Do you have any guitars for rent? And I heard him like move the phone down. Do we rent guitars? And I was like, exactly. And he comes back a few minutes later. He puts me on hold. He comes back a few minutes later. He's like, we got this Taylor guitar. And I said, no, that's not my thing. And he said, he paused for a second, and then he goes, you know, we got this really cool Epiphone Texan. It's used, but it's pretty cool, and it sounds great, and it plugs in nice. And I said, oh, those are cool guitars. He said, yeah, it's only $745. And I said, well, man, you know, I really wasn't thinking about buying a guitar for just this tour, you know, and then I'd be stuck with the guitar. And there was this big pause, and then he goes, we have a 45-day return policy. And then I paused for a second, and the wheels started turning, and I went, does that return policy also go for cases? And he said, yeah. And I said, I'll take it. So I go to Columbus, and I grab the guitar, you know, and I take it, and I go out on tour with it, and I play 20 dates in about 21 days, and I think I had it when I was at last y'all's place, and I finished up and I tried gingerly not to scratch the guitar or the case when it's going in and out of everything, you know. And then I walk back into the Guitar Center, and I go up, and the same guy's behind the counter, same one I talked to on the phone, same one I got the guitar from. He's behind the counter. I walk up, I'm kind of sheepishly looking at him, you know, and he looks at me and he goes, "Not the guitar for you?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Oh, just give me your credit card, man." So he gave me his credit. I gave him my credit card, and he put the money back on my card. And I gotta tell you, I felt a little bit slimy about the whole deal, because it's a guitar, you know, and like even a cheap guitar or a not expensive guitar, somebody's gonna buy that thing, and they're not gonna know that I went out and played it, you know, and. You know, I mean, I didn't mess it up, and guitars get better when you play them more because the wood opens up and stuff, but I still felt smarmy, you know. So this time I'm about to leave, and my wife, she sees over my shoulder, I got a computer, and she sees a guitar on the screen, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "No, I think I'm going to do the same thing, you know, but I'm going to try it a little differently this time." She said, "What's that?" I said, "Well, they got a guitar that's it's a guitar and a case and a strap that I can get for just over $500. And she's like, "Yeah, that's like 2.5 trips." And I said, "Yeah." So I bought this guitar right here, and so far so good. I'm trying it out on this tour, and I'm probably going to leave it at my sister's house. And I got to tell you, I'm going to just start putting guitars all over the country because it's cheaper to buy guitars than it is to fly with them. I hesitate to say this because it's kind of sad, and you just laughed, and I should go into the next song, but I know 2 guitar players that have been on the road for 20 years each, and they put their guitars in golf bags. And the reason is they never get messed with. They see their guitars, you know, being thrown off the plane. But if they put their guitar in a golf bag and it's got a golf logo, they know their guitar is going to be just fine. And it's worked for them for 25 years, and I still haven't done it. And I don't know why I don't do it. It's really smart. What's that? I probably should. Thank you. There should be a song in that. You know, there is one song. I'll do this because I never do this song. There's a song written by a guy named James McMurtry. He wrote this song with his old bass player Lonnie Johnson about just what we're talking about. And maybe I'll just leave this with you guys because it's been a really good show. And thank you so much for coming. Make sure you're gonna, you know, buy records here and buy CDs here and everything. And this is the kind of place that means the world to me. You know. So this is James's song, James and Lonnie's song about, or Ronnie Johnson, not Lonnie Johnson. Mr. Airline agent, won't you understand? I'm a frequent traveler and a patient man. I've been mistreated just a time or two. I stood about all I'm gonna stand from you. I got my ticket in my hand just like everybody else. I paid my money in advance so I could use a little help. Making such a fuss, you're holding up the line. Just get me on the plane, everything will be fine. I gotta go, I gotta make it to the show. We're looking at the hair. Yeah, just get me in the air. I got a 52 telly hanging off of my back. It fits real easy in the overhead rack. If I was a guy in a suit with a kitchen sink, you'd have let me right on. I wouldn't even have blinked, but you get tall. You say you gotta kick it at the gate, but that ain't gonna happen. Hands off the case, hands off the case. Unless you wanna lose an arm, get out of my face. You won't come to any harm. I gotta go, I gotta make it to the show. Quit giving me the stare. Yeah, just get me in the air. Mr. Airline Agent, is there something I missed? I never seen anything quite like this. I'm a frequent traveler, I've been around, I've been roughed up and I've been shut down. I guess your supervisor knows about your nasty attitude, giving me a hassle just for something to do, to make you feel like a man. Well, I had about enough and I'm gonna go postal. If you don't straighten up, I gotta go. I gotta make it to my show. Quit staring at the hair, yeah, just get me in the air. Thanks very much, everybody. Bop Shop Records, Tom and Jan. Dan, thank you so much for doing the sound and the videos. Go to their YouTube page. You'll see all sorts of stuff. I can't thank you enough. Come hang out with me over there, okay? I'll see you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I won't milk you for it. Let's just do it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that weird thing where like you walk off and you come back on. That's just awkward. Play a good one. You know. All right. Well, we're going to do another crowd participation part. The last time I did this song here, the recording of it worked out so well that my booking agent uses the recording to try and sell me to agents who don't know me for other gigs. You know, they use the recording from right here. So thank you, Dan. And it's a song that, again, it's another one that I wrote with Scrappy. I should have mentioned some more of the co-writers today, but I'm usually better about that. I have a lot of co-writers that I write with over the years, and man, sometimes somebody brings you a song idea and you're just like, thank you so much, because I never would have thought of this. This isn't one of... No, I'm just... No, I called Scrappy and I said, man, we do this thing that I miss a lot in Austin because I don't live there anymore, called the Purgatory Players. Yeah. And the Purgatory Players are a bunch of musicians who all played on Saturday night. They get together on Sunday morning and they raise money for the Central Texas Food Bank. And it's a good cause and it's a worthy thing, and you know, we pretty much play whatever we think is gospel music that week. You know, I mean, it's truthfully like one person will play like a Staple Singers tune, and the next person will play like a Emmylou Harris tune, and I'll invariably play a Stevie Wonder song, and it's really great. And I don't know exactly how it is here, but I know that in Central Texas, 1 out of every 4 kids is food insecure. So all that money in Texas, and that's the way it is, you know, with kids. And so it's a good thing that we get together. Here's the other thing. Most of the people that are serviced by the Central Texas Food Bank are employed. So they're gainfully employed. They work, and they still can't take care of their kids. And, you know, whatever you think, something ain't right about that. Anyway, I digress. The good news is we all get together. We've raised thousands of dollars for the food bank. And one time, this couple walked in, and they said to the barista, "Oh, man, they sound great. What kind of music do they play?" And the kid said, "Oh, they play spiritual music for non-denominational folks." And I was like, yeah, I like that. You know, non-denomination, any denomination welcome, as long as we're... Woo! As long as we're in tune. There we go. As long as we're raising money for the food bank, it's a good thing. This may or may not, I already said, you know, have an audience participation. So here we go. Go ahead, Michael. it's not too late. Now listen, I was beat down, I was so tired, I was longing for the cleaner slate. How was I to know which way to go? Could be the narrow and the straight. Maybe too late, maybe too late. Go down by the river, let yourself contemplate. Maybe it's not too late. If you're circling the drain or you're idling the main, those are temporary stays. Lay one foot down in front of the other, no need to hesitate. If you want to get out of your own way, lend your hand, don't discriminate. Free your mind from the bondage of self, and maybe it's not too late. Maybe too late, maybe too late. It's been such a heavy weight. Maybe it's not too late. Coming up, and you guys, I don't know, you've been a little shy thus far, but this is your last chance to get into it and feel good, you know. Otherwise, I'm going to bring out the pitch pipes and the metronome. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it's true sometimes that the second chance has left you stalled at the gate. This too shall pass, give it some gas. Maybe it's not too late. Now if you're thinking it's just stinking and it's hard to even concentrate, baby, let go, maybe you'll know. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe too late. Oh, maybe too late. Maybe too late, too late, too late. Maybe too late. Maybe too late, maybe it's not too late. Some people already know, like, maybe too late, maybe too late, maybe it's not too late. That's good, a little stronger. Maybe too late, you can clap, maybe too late, maybe it's not too late. Nothing wrong with soul claps. Maybe too late, maybe too late, maybe it's not too late. Keep it going, women, go up higher. Maybe too late, maybe too late, maybe it's not too late. The men who want to show off. Maybe too late, maybe too late, maybe it's not too late. Yeah! Maybe too late, maybe too late, maybe it's not too late. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. That was great. Thanks again, Tom, Jan, Bob Shop Records, everybody, Dan. Thank you. Let's all hang out and grab some stuff.